Before we begin, I want to state that I personally think that BMI is an awful, outdated, and harmful metric of health that was invented by a statistician in the 1830s for the sole purpose of serving your average, wealthy white guy. BMI does not take body composition, medical conditions, racial backgrounds, or socioeconomic factors into account. It's a simple math formula, and I hate math. That being said, for the purposes of this project, I will be discussing BMI and its socially perceived implications. If the topics of weight loss, calories, or BMI may bother you, why are you in a nutrition class? According to the World Health Organization, overweight and obesity are conditions characterized by excessive fat accumulation in the body. They are defined as having a BMI over 25 and 30, respectively. According to the Center for Disease Control, the prevalence of obesity among adults in the United States increased from 30.5% to 42.4% in the 18 years between 2000 and 2018. With such a staggering proportion of American adults carrying a potentially harmful level of excess weight on their bodies, it's unsurprising that individuals and corporations alike are promoting diet after diet in an attempt to make their waistlines and their wallets thinner. Most of these diets focus on either optimizing nutrient intake, for example, the Mediterranean diet, or by restricting certain macronutrients or food groups, like with the ketogenic diet. Intermittent fasting, or IF, is also known as intermittent energy restriction, or IER, and they differ from these common diets in that they do not explicitly cut out any food groups per se. Intermittent fasting refers to any pattern of meal timing that involves cycling between periods of intentional fasting and non-fasting. Common methods of IF include alternate day fasting and time-restricted feeding. The question I aim to solve in this project is twofold. Is intermittent fasting a better method of weight loss than simple calorie restriction? And does it produce health benefits besides weight loss? First, let's analyze if intermittent fasting is a more effective form of weight loss than traditional calorie counting. In the article titled Intermittent Fasting and Weight Loss by the official journal of the College of Family Physicians of Canada, the results of 27 intermittent fasting trials were consolidated. Across these 27 trials, 944 overweight or obese participants participated in either alternate day fasting or 16-hour fasting daily. Overall, all 27 of these trials resulted in weight loss in the participants, regardless of macronutrient distribution in their diets. The weight lost among participants ranged from 0.8% to 13.0% of their original body weight. In another article published in Volume 11 of the journal titled Nutrients, 11 studies compare the effectiveness of a continuous energy restriction versus IF for weight loss. This meta-analysis found that IF, quote, produces equivalent weight loss when compared to CER, end quote. So, according to this study, it does not seem that IF necessarily results in more weight loss than regular calorie counting. But if someone wanted to lose weight and found themselves more likely to stick to IF than traditional calorie restriction, then IF may be a better choice for them. As we learned in class, weight loss is primarily dictated by calories out exceeding calories in. The second part of my question was whether intermittent fasting had the potential to improve health markers other than weight. In an article published to the National Library of Medicine, animal studies on IF were theorized to, quote, reduce oxidative stress, improve cognition, delay aging, and have anti-inflammatory effects. Ultimately, however, this study admitted that there have not been enough long-term human studies conducted on IF to determine with certainty whether there are health benefits in humans who partake in IF. An article published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition also asks about the potential improvements in health as a result of IF, and concludes, like the previous source, that there is simply not enough information to know one way or the other. An article published to the New England Journal of Medicine, on the other hand, notes that animal studies on IF results in, quote, improved glucose regulation, increased stress resistance, and suppressed inflammation. This may help prevent the onset of chronic diseases in overweight individuals that are caused by excess weight, stress, glucose metabolism, or inflammation. As we learned in class, however, animal studies do not necessarily ensure that similar results can be achieved in humans, so we can't say for certain if these results really mean anything. In conclusion, intermittent fasting is still a relatively new method of weight loss and health improvement, and the fact is that there is simply not enough information on its effects on humans to say for certain if it is a healthy route to take regarding weight loss or preventing and treating chronic diseases. My recommendation is, if an individual is interested in losing weight, to speak with their doctor or a dietitian before partaking in any new diet they've read about online. There is no one-size-fits-all approach to healthy, sustainable weight loss.